What's going on, y'all? Terrell Pride here at FutureDDS.
Tyler Brown here at FutureDDS.
And today we talk about overcoming self-doubt. Let's go.
If this is your first time to our channel, what Terrell and I basically do is we help pre-dents get into dental school whilst teaching everybody or showing everybody what it's like to be a dental school student. So if you haven't already, make sure you hit the subscribe button below. Also hit the notification bell so you know whenever we post new content. And might as well go ahead and throw us a like just so that we can get boosted in the algorithm or whatever it may be.
Self-doubt, self-doubt, self-doubt. Okay, so this is something that I feel like everyone has to overcome to an extent. I feel like everyone experiences it to an extent. And essentially what this is even though you may be performing to the standard of, I guess the school in forms of your grades or in forms of your projects that you have to do within dental school, there's still a little piece there. There's still a little piece that feels like potentially what you're doing may not be enough. Like everyone's going through this process for the first time. So you might look to a friend, you might look to a classmate to your left or your right and try to get advice on different things. And if you look down and you see that their prep's a little bit better than yours, or, they may have gotten a little better grade on the test, then you automatically start, I guess just feeling like maybe what you're doing, or maybe you just need to do a little bit more. I'll say that,
Yeah, no, definitely. And I think it starts pretty early, especially like within your pre-dental journey, right? I remember like taking the DAT and, I got my score and I was like, oh, is this good enough? Yep. And I would go online and I would read all these like,
Student Doctor Network,
all these different posts, whatever it may be. And they would just be like, yeah, I got a 28 on this. I started doubting myself even then, and this was actually even before I took the test. And, I'm sure we all know that negative energy, granted, I guess maybe sometimes that can help fuel people, but in general, no, it almost just makes you insecure. And like Joel said, you start to doubt yourself when, this is the time when you should be most confident because, this is how you will perform. And so it's crazy, even transitioning into dental school, this self-doubt came back around because, what we have to realize, and we always tell each other this, like, this is the league of school, this is like the highest level.
Yep.
And so we're coming in with people, and I know, like, I wasn't a science major, I was a healthcare management major. And so, there are people in my class who are just picking up all this information so quickly. And here I am, seeing some of this for the first time. And so in order to kind of like, go against the grain of falling into this negative type of mindset, we definitely have some tips for you all just so that you can overcome this and make sure that you continue to go full speed ahead because, you have to.
Yeah, without a doubt. One of the biggest things that helped me through, I guess, just having that feeling, that glimpse of self-doubt is coming up with a game plan. Like, honestly, I think that's the biggest thing you can do. Obviously when you go in, everyone goes in with a game plan. And I think Mike Tyson said, everyone has a game plan to get hit in the face, right? So you have to have your game plan, and no matter what, stick to it. For instance, if you have a test, if you need to see all of the lectures 3 times, which is like, that was kind of like my sweet spot on developing, feeling confident enough in the information to feel like I could perform on the test. If I didn't see it the 3 times, then whether for whatever reason, if it was projects, if it was just other things in life going on, then automatically I would feel like I was going to perform not to the highest standard on that test, so to speak. Even though it could have been an easy test where I gained the information after one pass of the information or 2 passes of the information. So, come up with that game plan and try to stick to it as best as possible. If it's 3 times where you're really solid, if you've gone through it that 3 times and you're doing extra reviews and different things of that nature, then know that you've prepared enough in order to perform to the best of your ability on that test, And
to piggyback off of that, one of my main points, don't self-sabotage, right? Because Terrell said, if you need to see each lecture 3 times, you need that to be your highest priority, right? And so, you might not be able to go and chill with your friends, you might not be able to do certain things, which you shouldn't. You want to go ahead and handle the business or whatever you need to beforehand, and then you can really relax. Because we've all been there, we'll all, kind of finish studying. We might study, 2/3 of what we're supposed to study. Then we kind of go out, but we can't even really enjoy being out because we're thinking about, I didn't do everything I was supposed to do today. And you know what? Let me go ahead and push it to tomorrow. But then, of course, something happens tomorrow. Then all of a sudden, it's the day before the test and you're having to pull all-nighter and you're not going to be able to perform in the way that you really want to. So don't self-sabotage. And with that, also learning how you learn can help you not self-sabotage, right? Because you'll be able to be more efficient. Okay, so even Terrell doing like 3 times, that was his sweet spot. That's great. Some other people might even do, a lot more as far as a lot of reps. Some people might have looked at lecture like 5 times. Yep. Our whole thing was efficiency, right? 3 times and he'd be done with the lecture, and that was perfect for him. Some people, they might be able to watch a lecture 1 time and get it.
Yep.
But I think the key is really just kind of learning how to be efficient and then making your plan. Because what you'll see is that a lot of people kind of listen to what other people do. Try that, they might fail, and if they do fail, whatever it may be, they try something else and it seems like you're just hopping. So just prepare yourself. And like you said, have the game plan laid out.
I think another big thing that helped me was using the snowball effect. And when I say using the snowball effect, is like start with little things. So if you know for a fact you have fixed pros, this is your class, or you're studying for the DAT like Tyler said, if you know certain things that you can knock out pretty easily, or things that are maybe not as difficult for you to knock out, if you start with that, those are confidence builders. The biggest thing about having or feeling self-doubt is not having that confidence, or not feeling confident. You might have it in you, but you might not feel it in that moment. So being able to feel confident going into whatever you're going into is going to allow you to perform that much better. You're going to feel a little bit more free in how you're moving around, or how you're attacking a prep, or how you're attacking the bio section of the DAT, or how you're attacking that next biochem test. If you can study the easier lectures and really get that foundation, or study that class 2 prep before you start trying to do crown preps, to get that foundation down and get your hand skills down and really get used to doing indirect vision or different things of that nature, then that's what's going to help build that confidence so that you can really knock things out and limit the self-doubt, limit that negative, voice in your head or around you, negative energy around you that's kind of not allowing you to perform to that maximum ability.
And so another funny thing about Terrell, right? What I'm going to say is kind of avoid unwanted energy, right? So, So watch this. So literally after every single test, it'll be a group of us. So we walk into the test and we would sit there and, we would just look at each other and we just ask them like, yo, what did you put for this answer? What did you put for that answer? And it was taking the high stress environment from inside the test and bringing it outside of the test, And Terrell was one of the many people who, when he would come see us,
I know what y'all doing. I know what y'all
doing. He would leave, And it's like, and that makes sense for him because that would, increase his anxiety, increase his self-doubt, whatever it may be.
I'm like, mind you, we have a test. I'm sure we got another test in 2 days, and then we have another test in 4 days. So I'm like, I can't sit here and think, for another hour or another 30 minutes or whatever, however long.
Okay, if I'm like, for 1, 2, 3, 4, all the answers were A, and say he put C, so then his confidence lowered, especially going into the next test the next day.
Look, man.
So it's like you just really have to avoid energies. And granted, there's also some people, we all know those people who will kind of ask you, just some very personal questions about your grades, whatever it may be. And even if you do tell them, it always kind of feels like they're not really asking to help you.
Right.
They're almost asking more so to help themselves. You're always going to have some people like that. Granted, there wasn't a lot of that in my school, but there's definitely always going to be people like that. So just avoid those type of people, or honestly, if somebody asks you about your grades, I don't feel comfortable talking about that.
That's it.
It's not hard. It sounds a little weird, but sometimes you have to set a boundary just to make sure that your confidence stays strong.
Yeah. So our biggest tips, definitely, set up a game plan. Keep your boundaries strong to keep that negative energy out as much as you can. Make sure you're not self-sabotaging and staying true to your game plan, of course. And then the last thing, man, you create that snowball effect, man. Do the little things that will allow you to be as confident as possible going to attack those bigger things or really going into that test. And that will allow you to feel at your best and feel like you're performing at your best whenever you are getting into those situations, okay? If you guys have any more questions for us, if you guys have any inputs on how you guys attack self-doubt or any of these negative energies and different things of that nature, make sure you add it down to the comments. I'm sure you can help somebody else out, help us out. Of course, we're always still down to learn and trying to figure out new ways to be, again, as efficient as possible and effective as possible. So definitely add it down to the comments below. Make sure you hit that like button, the subscribe button, and the notification bell so you know whenever we post up new content. And if you have anything personal you want to talk about or you just want to reach out to us personally, head over to Instagram _FutureDDS. and shoot us a DM there, and we can start a conversation over there. Okay. All right, now y'all take it easy. Have a good one.
All right.
See you next time.